The nice guy is boring. This is the boring guy that you cheated on.
No matter how good of a man you are, some women cannot appreciate good men.
Ladies, where have all the good men gone? Because the good men are...
Ladies, but they're done. We've heard you loud and clear.
A growing number of viral clips are pushing the idea that many men are stepping away from modern dating altogether. Across these videos, creators argue that traits once considered desirable, being dependable, relationship-oriented, and willing to invest effort, are increasingly viewed as unappreciated or even taken for granted. The result, according to these commentators, is that some men have simply decided the effort no longer feels worth the reward. Other creators focus on the broader relationship dynamic itself. They argue that expectations have become increasingly one-sided, with men expected to provide, pursue, and prove themselves while receiving less appreciation or reciprocity in return. Meanwhile, critics of this perspective would argue that dating challenges exist for both genders and that social media often amplifies the most negative experiences. Still, the common thread running through these clips is the belief that a growing number of men are choosing self-improvement, hobbies, careers, and personal peace over traditional dating and marriage.
I fumbled the man I probably should have married, and I'm making this post so that y'all don't do the same thing that I did. This is an accountability post. I met him on Hinge, and this was back when the algorithm was working a lot better, and it was like 2022, I believe. I didn't like his profile. I just knew he was gonna like me, and the next day he did. Normally I name names, but just in case he has a new girl and they're at peace, I don't want to disrupt his situation, so I'm not gonna name his name. But anyway, we met up quickly, we went on a date, and we ended up being like glued to each other pretty fast. We were like in a relationship within like a month, I believe. He locked it down. He was not trying to see me single. This man was fine. He was like 6'3", buff, long hair. He looked like Roman Reigns. Society would easily give him a 9, easily. And if you know me, you know who I'm talking about. But frankly, his looks were pretty irrelevant, honestly. He actually was very kind, very sweet, very empathetic, very emotional, very in tune with his emotions, but also quite emotional. And, you know, he just had a lot of very positive traits. The number one being, he did not play about me at all. We went to brunch with his brother and sister-in-law, and they were kind of cold, like not really like, I don't know, warming up to me. And he called that out immediately. He was like, absolutely not. When his brother was not trying to get to know me after like we had met, he was like, can you put more effort in with Britt? Like, that's my girl. Like, put some respect on Britt's name. Like, he did not play about me at all. I had never in my life dated a man like that. I had never dated a man who was on my side. Like, who, like, I don't know, defended me. I've never had that before. He also impressed my parents. My mom liked him a lot. She said I broke his heart, and honestly, I agree. But yes, my parents liked him a lot. So we dated for like 6 months, and I kept feeling like something was just missing throughout the relationship. Like, something just felt like it was missing. And I would communicate that to him like, oh, I like you a lot. I love you, but like, something's just missing. And I didn't know what it was, and this poor guy was just doing his best to try to figure out what was missing, like trying to make adjustments, but like he just couldn't figure it out, and neither could I, because I didn't have the self-awareness that I have now. What was missing was chaos.
They use the good men for validation and then throw them away at the chance of access to Chad or Pookie. Then gaslight men into thinking they need to step up. It's literally the same play over and over. Duration is 3 to 6 months, then they go back to the streets.
I feel like such a dude right now because it took me over a year to realize how badly I fumbled the bag when dating this amazing man. Like, he was one of the sweetest, kindest, most genuine guys I've ever dated, and I threw him away like day old trash. And I'm just so disappointed in myself in how I conducted myself and how I behaved and how I treated him and made him feel taken advantage of. And I'm just disappointed in the way that I ended things so abruptly, so rudely, and this is something I've wanted to process so many times over the past year, but like I genuinely couldn't come face to face with myself and like how I conducted and just my behaviors, because honestly, I know so many of the reasons why I behaved the way I behaved is due to past traumas, and while that's not an excuse to treat people poorly, I do have to recognize how, you know, my past does affect me. And, you know, I'm in therapy and I have a coach and I'm working through a lot of these things. But yeah, it just sucks when you realize how badly you fucking fumbled. And it's not just because it's 1 a.m. on a Friday night coming home from the bars and realizing it being so apparent how challenging it is to meet good men out in the wild. Yeah, it's definitely a wake-up call. I'm like consistently working on my shit with my therapist so that I don't let subconscious behaviors and reactions treat other people poorly and, you know, stand in the way of my own happiness. Yeah. I wish that I could reach out to him and apologize and have a conversation, but it's been a year. It's too late. And I wouldn't want to hear from me either. But I just felt like I needed to express this. I wrote him a letter that I'll never send.
The first rule of dating and marriage equals the only winning move is not to play. The second rule is, if you don't believe the first rule equals stupid does as stupid is.
I hate to tell you ladies, but men are done with being nice guys. I love a nice guy, but you know the expression nice guys finish last? That is the truth nowadays. Nice guys do finish last, which is why most men are done with being a nice guy and they are like, you know what, if the women are going to be toxic, I'm going to be toxic too. I can be just as horrible as you. And women, you're going to hate it. You might thrive on the drama now you're young, but as you get older and you want a nice guy, you want to settle down with a nice guy, you'll find there are no nice guys left. Or the very few nice guys that are left have been snapped up by the nice girls, and you, with all your love of drama and your toxicity and your fucking me, are going to end up alone being eaten by cats like Bridget Jones. That is what's going to happen. Well, obviously that wasn't the ending for Bridget Jones, but you get what I'm saying. So yeah, I think now is the time when women need to understand that nice guys are good and that you need to start dating the nice guys before they've all disappeared. So men, let me know in the comments, are you done with being a nice guy? Have you always been a nice guy, but now you're like, do you know what, I'm not doing it anymore? Or are you a nice guy through and through and you'll never change? I know there are a lot of nice guys still left out there, and I just feel like a lot of them just can't be bothered to be nice anymore, especially to the modern women. But yeah, let me know in the comments, and I'm off on a little mini break thing this weekend. I'm not going to tell you where I'm going, it's a secret, but when I get back, I will share all the lovely footage with you. So have a great day.
Seek men out who will wound you, then cry about needing to heal. Find someone who can help you heal, then you leave them because you want to be wounded. Don't ever ask why men are not dating y'all anymore. Just keep it moving.
No matter how good of a man you are, you will never be good enough for an immature woman. Some women cannot appreciate good men, and it's not your job to love them until they do.
Screw the simp economy, I'd like to see the end of romance economy as well. The sooner we fold the diamond industry, because diamonds are forever, which is just marketing. Gold rings. The Irish used to get married by simply wrapping the two arms with ribbon. Let's get back to that. There's an entire industry based upon making women happy. Their wedding day is about the woman, the romance is about the woman, the dates are about the women. What's about the men? What?
All right, just a disclaimer, this might be offensive to some people. No, it will be offensive. It might be painful to hear. Somebody might even think it's a little funny, but to me, it's not really funny. It pains me to say these things. And this is for the young girls today, because I hear some of the most ignorant things. And this is what I see for your future. So for the future of so many of our young women, right? The nice guy is boring. He's boring. Because nobody wants to unalive him. He's not walking around with an illegal firearm. He's out here looking for the ops. He's trying to establish himself in his career and move up in his job. When you cry, he wants to fix it. He tries to make it better. He wants to give you whatever will make you better. So he's soft. He's a simp. But the guy you want is the type of guy who, if he cheats on you and then you try to get your lick back, he's going to whoop your ass like you stole his re-up money. He walks around with an illegal firearm, who says he's on demon time, and he has an entire neighborhood actively searching for him so they got to unalive him. This is your future baby daddy. The one who, when you are 45 years old, you're still going to be crying about saying was the love of your life with a big-ass RIP tattoo on your bosom. The one who beat you, cheated on you, dragged you out of the club when you were drunk and inappropriate. The one you broke up with, who then came and shot up your house, even though his child and you and your mama were all in there. And the one you got back with for your third child, because the first kid is his too, but the second one wasn't because you were on a break. This is the exciting life that y'all out here looking for. Because the guy who doesn't have ops is boring. The guy who tries to make things work even when you gaslight him, he's weird and he's soft. Because he told you not to go to the club with your ass hanging out your skirt. He's soft. The guy who's boring, who has family barbecues and reunions, and his parents are still married, or at least they can be in the same room together, they get along, and they're concerned with their lineage, with the future of their children, their grandchildren, great children. His nephew's birthday party was too boring for you. His little sister's piano recitals aren't your speed. It's just all too boring, right? This is the boring guy that you cheated on and keep getting back at your baby dad with. Because you wanted to be able to play the victim. Because the story about the narcissist trap ninja allowed you to do that. It was believable. But with the nice guy, believe me, you are the villain. And this is the music and the movies and the reality shows that are promoted to our community. And yes, like I said, some of it might sound funny, but it's extremely sad. And this is the result of generational deterioration of community, family, pride, loyalty, and education. And if you don't know, your kids will repeat it, and their kids will repeat it, and they'll just keep going and going and going and going. Sad.
Flowers, chivalry, provider, traditional man, plan the date, be obsessed with me equals I want a sucker who I'm not attracted to give me his resources and attention while I do my best not to reciprocate, and I'll play games.
Where are all the good men? Well, I'm sorry to tell you this, ladies, but they're done. They've walked away from today's modern women. They're done with dating, done with marriage, done with relationships. And no, ladies, it's not because they're scared, like you all are telling each other is the case. No, the real reason they're leaving is because they don't see a point in relationships anymore. Because there is no point in relationships for today's men. They're expected to give while getting nothing in return. They're told that they need to honor, respect, and provide for women while never seeing it reciprocated to them in any way. They've been told time and again that they aren't needed, aren't wanted, aren't necessary, and that they should just go away and leave women alone. And ladies, we've heard you loud and clear. We've said, fine, if that's what you want, we're going to give it to you. And that, ladies, is where these good men are, off doing their own thing and enjoying life, because they are done dealing with the drama, narcissism, and insane expectations most of you have. Men are done with never being acknowledged, let alone appreciated for all that they do. So if you're wondering why all the men have walked away, there's your reasons.
Being a nice guy and being a fool are two different things. It's being a different person. All I can say is these women who love the bad boys are sick. A lot of them used to run to my sister and tell her their problems, like abuse, beatings, threats, controlling, and all the things bad that the bad boys do. It's a sickness that won't benefit you.
Ladies, where have all the good men gone? Do you want to know where they went? They have retreated to their homes. Do you want to know why? Because the good men are the ones that have put in so much effort and had women trash them for putting in the effort. They've had women take advantage of them because they want to be a gentleman, they want to open the doors, they want to pay for your dinner, and you just expect that that is supposed to happen. The idea that you should have multiple men pandering after you just to see which one is the best is atrocious. And this is coming from someone who very clearly wants traditional values in a man and in a relationship. But I am not going to be ignorant to the idea that I'm going to have to contribute something to that relationship too. I am going to have to put in the effort as well. I'm going to have to be able to communicate and have conversation and be really comfortable with who I am, but at the same time understand that if I want a man to be comfortable with himself, I am going to have to allow him the ability to feel comfortable when he is in my presence. None of this, oh, well, you have to do this and you need to do that. And if you don't handle this, then I'm out. Do I have expectations? Of course I have expectations. My expectations are rooted in having morals and values and being a gentleman and understanding what that means. That means that I am not taking advantage of them just so that I can get a date.
WTF? Do not be afraid to simp. Kings, do not do any simping. If you want to do that, give that money to organizations that help or aid people rather than these bloodsuckers. Remember, never, ever, save broke and broken women. Your life depends on this time-tested wisdom.
Why do women never date the nice guy? I'm gonna answer this age-old question in less than a minute. The reason no one wants to date the nice guy is
Contractor guys, check her parents, mom especially, and watch how they live, their manners and social graces. The most important trait is their financial controls. Hope this helps. Taken together, these clips reflect a larger debate about the state of modern relationships and changing expectations between men and women. Some see the trend as evidence that traditionally relationship-minded men are becoming discouraged and disengaging from the dating market, while others view it as part of a broader shift in how people approach commitment, independence, and partnership. Regardless of which perspective viewers agree with, the conversation highlights a growing sense that dating norms are changing, and that both men and women are still trying to figure out what those changes mean for long-term relationships and marriage. You're watching Modern Dating Logic, where we keep it real, not emotional. If you see the pattern, you already know what to do.